Hey, what's going on, everybody? Movie Phantom here, and yes, it's Sunday, and it's the Sunday Showdown. I'm, of course, joined by my lovely girlfriend, Maya, who is just mesmerized by the board. See anything good on there?
No.
You don't see nothing? Oh, man. No faith in the tournament. I have plenty of faith in the tournament. I'm not going to lie, this is probably my favorite one so far. I just love the different people we got on this one. Ghostface Kid picked the tournament, and he picked horror heroes. Favorite protagonists from horror movies. And the only stipulation was they had to be human. They couldn't be supernatural or, genetically engineered. Anything like that. Just average dudes. And I think that was it, wasn't it? Human and... Oh, and it had to be male. That was the other one. So, throw them together. We got our things. I want to go ahead and throw it out there right now. I feel really shitty right now. We skipped the man with no name this week. He is not here. I feel horrible because he's actually had a thing in every week so far, and this is like the first time we just didn't get to him. Because because we fill up the spaces is what we do. We had a lot of people, and then thing was we we didn't have enough room, And I would give my spot if we would have went down to his lair, and I would have let him, throw one in. But we actually just didn't make it down there, so that was it. Man with no name. I am uber sorry. I really am. That's not the reason I skipped him either. I wasn't trying to ease him out of the tournament or anything like that. It's just we didn't make it down there, and then so yeah, that's the thing right there. But boom, let's get to this tournament, shall we? Up first, let me go through the participants. We got Ash Williams, brought to you by Ghostface Kid, Face of Fear. Not to be confused with the other Ghostface Kid, one-on-one. Face of Fear, and of course we all know Ash Williams is from the Evil Dead trilogy. So, and he'll be squaring off against Tommy Jarvis from Friday the 13th, 4, 5, and 6. And of course he was thrown in there by our good friend Simon Terrell. Next match will be Dr. Sam Loomis from Halloween 1, 2, 4, 5, and 6. And he was thrown in there by this guy. And of course he'll be up against Dexter Morgan from the TV series Dexter. And that is brought to you by
Angel.
Boom. We also got Creighton Duke. We have from Jason Goes to Hell, the final Friday. And that is brought to us by Torture Vision. So, bam. Of course, we got the reigning champion, 2 tournaments in a row, Ghostface Kid, 101. And he picked Dutch from Predator. Predator worked for him last time. Will it work for him this time? We'll find out. And finally, in the last spot, we have Edgar Frog. Of course, he is from, I hate to say the Lost Boys trilogy, because I fucking despise the last 2 movies. But, goddamn it, it's the trilogy. So, Edgar Frog from the Lost Boys trilogy, and that is brought to us from our good friend, My Bloody Sanitarium. Bam. And finally, we got Mike Parsons from the Phantasm series, and that is brought to us by...
Who's that?
13th Wolfman. Who, Mike Parsons?
Yeah.
He's Mike from Phantasm. The little boy in part 1, then part 2 he's played by someone completely different. In part 3, he gets a thing in his head. In part 4, he's just tripping out. No, oh my God, you're killing me. She's killing me here. There should be a rule, but I'm just saying. Alright, so guys, let's do this. Let's break this down. First match.
There should be a rule. I have to know every single one of them.
You have to know them all?
Yeah.
There would be no one on there. There would be nobody on there.
Yeah,
it would just be like Disney. Okay, alright. Ash Williams versus Tommy Jarvis. Alright, sweetie, you want to take this one first? Who do you think will win between Ash Williams and Tommy Jarvis? You want Tommy Jarvis? Alright, now what's your reasoning behind this?
He's like a little kid, and he's like smaller than the what's his face, and he's gonna have like a freaking hammer and bash him in the back of the head.
So you're saying it's gonna be Kid Tommy Jarvis,
yeah.
Corey Feldman, and he's just gonna sneak attack Ash with the hammer in the head.
Yeah.
All right, that'll work. Man, I really like both of them, and I'm gonna go adult Tommy, just to make it more fair, I guess. The thing is, as much as I love, and this is not me bashing, I love Ash Williams. I really do. I love Ash. He's not as badass as people want to make him out to be. If you go back and look at the movies, in part 1, not badass at all. Literally just scared all the time. 2, he kind of steps up a little bit, and he, will dispatch whatever. Not really throwing in the one-liners just yet. really his most badass performance is Army of Darkness. And even then, he's kind of the reluctant hero, you know. I mean, you get rid of his shotgun. I mean, he has the heart of a hero and everything. He's courageous and shit. But at the same time, it's like, you know, he is just fighting skeletons for the most part. For the most part. It's skeletons and little people. He does, you know, battle Evil Ash in the end. So, you know, give him props for that. He does have a chainsaw hand. That fucking counts for a lot. Chainsaw hand counts. And the boomstick. So, right there. Boom. Tommy Jarvis, let's see. He did kill Jason. I mean, that's fact. He fucking killed Jason Voorhees. However, he also brought back Jason Voorhees. Wasn't the smartest thing you could do. He is... I wouldn't say he's insane. You know, he wasn't in the insane asylum. Let's just face it. He had a lot of stress. He was dealing with a lot of shit, and he was put there. Not really his fault. But he is a little psychotic. He did kill that girl at the end of part 5. It's implied. I don't know. Maybe he did, you know, swing down and, you know, she moved out of the way. So when she swings, hit her credits or cuts the black and credits. Maybe she got out of the way. I don't know. But it's implied that she was killed. So yeah, he's definitely got some murder on his belt. If they're going against each other though, I'm going to have to go Ash Williams. I think. I really think I can go. We know Tommy can fight. He fought the fat retarded guy, or he wasn't retarded. He was the redneck. He was retarded, but he wasn't like the fat retarded guy from part 5 because there was already a fat retarded guy from part 5. He fought the fat asshole redneck from part 5, and he got a few good looks in there. He's pretty tough. So, but I gotta say Ash Williams. I think Chainsaw Hand's going to take this guy pretty far. It's a Chainsaw Hand. All right, we got Dr. Sam Loomis versus Dexter Morgan. Sweetie, go ahead.
Dexter Morgan.
You're going Dexter. And what's your logic here?
Dexter's gonna have that his needle.
Yeah, a little syringe filled.
Yeah, and come behind him and
take him down.
Yeah.
All right. That's it. Okay. All right. Well, so we got Dr. Sam Loomis, who is he's an intense individual. He is he's highly intelligent. He's one of the few who can outwit Michael Myers. Like, Michael Myers will, like, tear through, like, 1,000 people, and somehow Loomis always kind of sidesteps him, or, whatever the case may be. Not counting, of course, the Rob Zombie remake. So, Loomis has that. He's intelligent. He's also very obsessed about, I wouldn't say possessed. He's obsessed, though. He is literally, like, this is all he thinks. He eats, sleeps, and drinks Michael Myers. So, if he has an opponent in his mind, he's going to do everything he can to fucking bring him down. Dexter, on the other hand, very methodical. He's literally he plans everything out. From a kill room, he'll get a kill room set up. He will follow somebody for days, learn their patterns, everything like that. Also very intelligent, quick, cunning, and I'm gonna have to go Dexter on this one. I think he's definitely gonna have the strength and speed over Dr. Sam Loomis. And I threw Sam Loomis in there myself. I got to go with the Dexter on that one, so I think Dexter's going to take it. So, boom. There we go. We got Creighton Duke versus Dutch. Sweetie, who are you going for?
I don't know. Either.
Oh, come on. Creighton Duke, he was like the black bounty hunter in Friday 13th, or Jason Goes to Hell, the final Friday. He's the one who's going to try to track down Jason Voorhees. Because even though Jason Voorhees got exploded, he's like, he ain't dead. And I'll get him for you. And then Duke's Arnold Schwarzenegger from Predator. The commando dude.
I don't know.
You're killing me right now.
Skip on this one?
Can't skip on this one. Just pick one randomly. Oh my god.
Dutch.
Going Dutch just by default. Any scenario how it's going to play out? No? Okay. Creighton Duke seems like a badass. He really does. However, Dutch is like the ultimate badass. Creighton Duke's ruthless. He'll do whatever it takes to get the job done. Dutch is definitely just a soldier for hire. I mean, there's definitely a little bit more under the surface than that. Clearly, when he finds out he's being used by, the military and whoever hired him to do the job before he gets hunted by a predator. I mean, clearly there's a little more under the surface, but at the same time, he's very, you can tell he's probably definitely more by the books, They drop you off, you do your job, you come back kind of thing. However, when both are faced with supernatural enemies, Creighton Duke, going up against Jason Voorhees or fucking Dutch going up against Predator, Dutch clearly, he had the victory there. I mean, because he didn't necessarily kill a predator. Predator killed himself. He still fucked the predator up pretty good. Whereas Creighton Duke got killed by Jason Voorhees. Like, that was just the end of that. Like, boom, dead. And not only that, I think, Creighton Duke clearly knows what he's doing. He has some sort of training, I guess. I mean, clearly he probably knows how to use a gun and a knife, stuff like that. And he's probably an excellent tracker, but, Dutch is fucking like special ops, Marine Corps, fucking... He's badass, literally. He's the best of the best in the Army. So, or Marines, or what the hell he's in. I'm gonna go Dutch. Dutch is just gonna... I think it'll be a good fight, though. I don't think he's gonna go out like no bitch. I think Creighton Duke will fight back, but I think in the end, Dutch will take him down, so... and then finally, we got Edgar Frog versus Mike Parsons.
Who's that?
Edgar Frog is Corey Feldman from The Lost Boys. Remember, he enlisted the help of the Frog Brothers. They're the two guys that run the comic book store. Kill him here. Alright, I don't know what to say. That's him.
I guess that one.
Go Mike Parsons. And you give a scenario here or anything? No? Edgar Frog. Definitely kind of a goofy character in there. As much as don't get me wrong, I love the first Lost Boys. Fuck the other two. The first Lost Boys. But if we're looking at the character overall, he definitely starts off very goofy, but he's a kid. He's definitely, he's a fucking teenager, young teenager in the first one. So, I mean, but he definitely has his priorities straight. He definitely knows, as unrealistic as it is that he's going to take down this army, an army of vampires if it comes down to it. It's like, he's still, that's the saying, he's going for the American way. Take down fucking vampires, save his town, protect his town. And he's very knowledgeable. I mean, literally, he knew exactly, with the exception of, inviting a vampire into the house, which kind of turns around and bites him in the ass at the end of the movie. He knows how to take out vampires when it comes down to it. Later on in the movies, from what I can remember, he gets a little more serious, even though the performance got a little campier, but the character itself is definitely more serious. Definitely doesn't goof around as much. Still a badass vampire hunter, so you got that going for him. Mike Parsons. Let's see. No one really put him in a badass category. He's definitely fought some tough shit. But really, just kind of a normal guy who just kind of came... Almost like a character from a Stephen King, story. Just kind of a normal guy who just kind of comes upon this horrible, situation. He's definitely resourceful and resilient. He can, whatever gets thrown at him, he seems to kind of, come back from me. He's fearless. He'll go right into the tall man's lair, without, flinching. We saw him MacGyver up a hammer that can get him out of the room. So, definitely, I feel like even if we go, a young Edgar Frog and a young Mike, it'd be a very good, battle. I think if you went adult against adult, it'd still be very good. Oh, shit. Mike does have a flamethrower. He had the fucking flamethrower in part 2. But I think I'm going to go Edgar Frog. I think Edgar Frog definitely is going to have the stakes. He's going to have crossbows and shit. He's going to be, suited. Don't get me wrong. I think, Mike will too. He'll have, he'll get a gun, or he had a gun in the second one. But I feel like if it came down to it, I just feel like Edgar Frog can go the distance a little longer than Mike. So I'm going to go Edgar Frog on that one. So guys, I want to know what you guys think. Who's going to win? Who's moving on to the Final Four in this thing?
Dexter.
Here's the, Dexter and Dutch each have a lead right now. So yeah, they may go. Ash Williams versus Tommy Jarvis. Dr. Sam Loomis versus Dexter Morgan. Creighton Duke versus, Creighton Duke, fuck me, versus Dutch. And Edgar Frog versus Mike Parsons. So, you guys know how to do this at this point? Video response. I would love to see more video responses when it comes to these tournaments right here. I would just love to hear you guys actually break down each match, throw up your stats, whatever you want to do, boom. Then of course, you guys can always leave that, comment down below. And of course, if you guys are over on Facebook or Twitter, hit us up. So, man of no name, I am very sorry. I know you'll be watching this at, home. We just didn't make, it's a 3-day weekend. We didn't even make it out of the house today. And I am so fucking sorry. I really am. Forgive us. And we'll be down next week. So, Sweetie, anything else to add? Nope. All right. Well, on behalf of Maya, I'm the Movie Phantom.